We are fast approaching a very difficult anniversary. 1 year since we lost two heroes, Syracuse police officer Michael Jensen and Onondaga County Sheriff's Lieutenant Michael Husak. Hooch. As we approach April 14th, there's another memorial being planned for the two fallen officers, and one of the organizers of that, Janice McKenna, joining us right now. Janice, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jeff.
So let's talk about it. What is it that you're planning to build on Tip Hill for these two heroes?
Well, it's going to start with a brass sculpture. Okay, it's a law enforcement officer on bent knee holding an American flag that's folded, and that's on top of a granite base that is going to have etchings of both Jensen and Husak, and also we're going to etch in their badges on the front and back of the memorial.
I mean, it is quite a memorial. I've seen some of the pictures here as we look at it. Why do it in the first place, and why on Tip Hill?
Well, first of all, we're doing it to honor Lieutenant Husak and Officer Jensen.
Strong connection between that community and,
Right.
and Syracuse Police, isn't there?
Right, definitely. And Jensen lived on Tipperary Hill. I saw him first in Pass Arboretum at one of our picnics, and he told me, he was on a bicycle patrol at the time, and he told me that he was buying a house up here. People used to see him running around the neighborhood all the time. But we're doing it for them, but we're doing it for their families, their friends and neighbors, and we're also doing it for law enforcement to show them that we support them.
Yeah.
But more than that, I think back to the coverage when they died. So many hearts were broken that day. People who didn't even know them, who felt the heartbreak. So we're doing it for them too.
Yeah, whereabouts on Tip Hill? It's a really perfect location you're planning.
It's going to be in front of Pass Arboretum on Avery Avenue near the corner of Salisbury. And it's right about 2 blocks from where Jensen lived.
Okay. What has the process been for you to this point? And how much input have the families had in all of this?
Well, we started at our neighborhood association meeting a couple of weeks after the tragedy, and people at that meeting said, we want to do something. So we started talking about it. Dennis Coleman had reached out to me and said, I want to be involved. Let me know what I can do. So he suggested a monument, a statue too. Yeah. So I talked with the mayor and I talked with the chief, and we set up a meeting in early June and went down and talked with them and gave them some of our ideas just to get their feedback and see, are we on the right track? Is this something that would be helpful and appreciated? So they were all for it. Yeah, and then we went from there. The families, we did not talk with the families because we thought it was too soon to intrude. So the Syracuse Police and the Sheriff's Department took our ideas to the families, got feedback from them, and we put it all together, and we ended up with the monument that we have now.
Yeah, they're on board, huh?
They are on board, yes.
And as you mentioned, so many people had kind of reached out at that first meeting and said, what can we do? Everybody essentially that's watching this can contribute to this memorial. How do they do it, and how could they be part of it?
That's right. This is not just a Tipperary Hill event, and we're not just looking for people who live on Tipperary Hill to have their names on the stones. Anybody can be involved, anybody who's been touched by this. So they just have to go to our website. They can purchase a paver. We have $100, $200, and $300 level pavers, tiphill.org. And you'll see something at the top of our website that says Officer Memorial. Just go in, write your message, write your name, write a short message, and you can be part of the tribute.
Does the weight of it kind of, at some point, kind of settle on you as to what you're doing here exactly?
The honor.
Yeah.
Yes, it is an honor.
Yeah.
And just, getting feedback from some people, and family have reached out, and we heard that Deputy Caitlin Campbell
from Oswego
family
County, right?
is going to put a paver down, and what it means to the families and what it means to the neighborhood and the city. And the police are constantly telling us how much this means to them. They've helped us too. We did something unique because this monument is generic, but we could make it our own. So we wanted it to be appropriate for both the deputies, the Sheriff's Department, and also the Syracuse Police. So one sleeve has the Syracuse Police Department patch, the other sleeve has the Sheriff's Department patch, and we made a special badge with the two departments combined so that the monument makes sense for both the Sheriff's Department and the SPD.
Sounds amazing. Quick, got about 10, 15 seconds timeline. What are you looking for here?
It'll take about a year.
Oh, okay.
We've already ordered the monument.
Okay.
But by the time everything gets done, the base, et cetera, it'll be about a year. But a year goes by fast.
Yeah, it'll be well worth it. Janice McKenna, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff.